In this session, we'll use the dimensions we built to create the models we outlined in the architecture document. Remember that models are used to capture or report on data in the application. We'll begin by building the 4 models we outlined in the architecture document. Then we'll examine the deployment process, which generates the OLAP cubes defined by our models. In Kepion, we can select all models and then click Add. Name it Reporting. When creating a new model, a count and time are included by default. Let's add the additional dimensions we need here: Entity, Product, and Scenario. All the models in the application will use the same 5 dimensions. However, they'll differ by the member list we select for the product dimension. For this model, let's ensure that it's set to the product member list, which contains both brands and SKUs. Also ensure that the time dimension is set to months, as this is the lowest granularity that we're capturing data in the application. Now let's define the deflator percent model. We know that it uses the same dimensions as the reporting model, so let's copy from there. When copying a model, the structure, such as the dimensions, measures, and partitions, will be copied over. Rules, forms, and the data in the model will not be copied. For the deflator percent model, let's select the brands member list. Then we can copy the model a second time to create our trade spend model. This one will also use brands. Finally, we have the assumption model. We can still copy from the reporting model, but we'll need to change the member list here to SKUs. Now we need to deploy the application. Deployment is necessary whenever we make any structural changes to the application. Kepion uses a SQL database and an OLAP database for each application. The SQL database holds all of the data and configurations for the application, while the OLAP database contains OLAP cubes, which are aggregations of the data. Deployment is the process of dropping and creating the OLAP cubes defined by the models. Click here to trigger the deployment process. In this session, we built the 4 models we need in this application. Then we examined the process of deployment and deployed the application. In the next session, we'll begin building our forms, starting with the P&L report.